And it's very easy to predict mech.
Yeah.
They were second place at champions. You could almost call them, you know, the close world champions. If you wanted to, you could say they were just mere map away from being able to push that across. And well, they're called M3 champions for a reason. They've been champions before in a very, very different light. Speaking of, there we go.
Yeah, almost on cue, right?
So they are a formidable team, and it is very easy to put all of the coins in one basket for them. Yeah. But NAVI really putting up a fight here. This is an opportunity to take it to that third map. I know the analyst desk said they wanted to see that third map. So NAVI
problem
now.
It is bind, which doesn't get much easier. But NAVI to take a map would just be something I've never been able to do before. We'll see what they can muster in this round as they're actually gathering towards A at the moment. Spike in the back. Oh, do know.
Revealing area.
His teammates about to come through the double door, trying to split the A site with 40 seconds left. They start to make their way through. Nats currently suppressed down on the site. With that wall up, he actually can't really get too much done, but luckily he's able to come in with two, and that's Cloud and JD both down. Right guy able to reveal his opponent as SSK will hit the deck, and now it's just Duno and Dinks who have to recover a 2v4. You do not envy this position. They have to sort of weasel their way through to this. I don't really see how they do it, but Mech are in a good position just to close this one out for the retake.
I love that they've just waited for them to plan as well. They've said, okay, get onto site, do your thing, let us recollect, let us get into these crossfire positions, let us take every power position out of your hands and crush you bit by bit. And that's exactly what they're able to do there. And that's the sign of a team like Mech, who, let us not forget, has been together since 2020. I think Redgar is the only late, quote-unquote, late addition to that roster. Since September of 2020, this roster has been together. A difference in sort of play style here.
Yeah, very difficult to play against as well. Mistakes are limited.
I've got your trail.
There we go. Had to throw it.
Gotcha.
Seekers out.
Get out of my way.
Information being picked up for the time being, but for Mech, it's just a slow default on the other side of things they're going to have to deal with. Defo's actually got himself down into middle with this operator, so he's actually gleaming a good bit of information, not seeing anybody come around here. He's got that map control locked down, so NAVI more forced into more of a linear pathway to this B site. They can't really split it from mid unless they go through elbow. They have taken a bit of elbow control, but we're under 1 minute, so we're starting to lose a little bit of time here, NAVI. And it looks like the call is to congregate towards B and try and deal with this defensive setup. And Chronicles over here alongside Shados. In this setup, these two players can be so difficult to break down.
Blade Storm in the hands. We want to see whether or not the damage can be dealt. We've seen in the backside what Defo did with his Blade Storm. We added it to the whifftage. Will SSK join that montage that we are building here? Ryan's whiffs of the day. And for the moment, he's looking to make damage with it, but instead it's going to be JD to make the entry.
Yeah, Shadows goes down, but look at that rotation. Red Guy's got able to get back into play, and Chronicles taking the first of play. So Mech currently stand with the advantage into the retake. They've got to deal with 3 players. One of them softened up. SSK down low. They are in post plants. It's not the most solid post-plant position. In fact, they're a little bit more advanced inside of the site. They're trapped right now, and Duno is the fight or flight, but he sticks down, he fights, and Redgar doesn't care. He'll clean it up. Just the sheer numbers advantage for Mech, and Redgar, with a big pop-off round, gets them the crucial kills to close. It's now a 9-hit on the board. They are 1 away from tying this scoreline up.
They lose this map, it's all over Red Rover. And I know the Australian Saints, we've got to bring it back in.
We absolutely have to keep it going. Defo up in the hallway, had an opportunity to open up the round for Mech. Very good stuff for NAVI not to lose their life. And as soon as I say that, elsewhere, Nat's able to decapitate Dinks. So, player out of play. And for NAVI, I mean, you're looking at the buy here, Jess. You're not really putting your chips on the table for them in this round. There's 2 Marshals, a couple of Sheriffs around it.
2 of the most lethal players on the side of NAVI. With it, though, no. I'm talking about sniper rifles. Of course, the operator is going to be the most dominant. And that's going to be the one that's going to be able to net the kill there for Mech. And they can take this slow now. I mean, the numbers advantage, we spoke about the fundamentals for the side of Mech. And unfortunately for the side of NAVI, now some kind of hero play needs to come out. They don't have the weaponry, they don't have what they need, and this is the hero play I'm talking about, Cloud. He'll be able to pop shot through the wall, and that is a heavy, heavy shot if they're able to get in, even get a weapon. As the wall comes high from JD, they might even be able to get a plant.
Well, wall goes down now, Spike going through. They're waiting for the swing back, but they've actually gone to the right side, knowing they can't cross the arch unless that toxic screen is up, and it will go up. That allows NAVI to reposition to this post plant. Cloud at the ready for that screen to come down. He's going to flash his way through and play on the gap of it. No one's coming to his crosshair just yet. Mech, this could get messy up against the lower weapons inside of the site. They have to move. But we've seen how methodical they've been in these retakes, and they stop one again. Nat starts to clear out every single corner. And he's found 3 already. Do not falls. And Nats is a master of the ratty position. He finds every single opponent and pulls off the retake, no problem.
Oh, I have seen this before. I've seen this somewhere. The economics around what you need, but any other time, don't look at it. If you're behind, it doesn't matter. Each round is a new round. It's a new opportunity. And speaking of Defo, he's creating his own. He moves up, comes out the flash, and as he gives away his position, somehow, some way, he's not able to capitalize. And JD, God, he's had a good past 5 rounds.
Yeah, that's a great start to the round. That's a great opportunity here for NAVI. They have to capitalize upon it. They're trying to neutralize Chronicle up in towards the nest. They haven't been able to force him out. He's still up there, and that's going to cost him. Chronicle with the double, and he's still around. He wants more. He's an absolute berserker right now as he's looking for a third. Luckily, they'll start to back away, but with those 2 kills, it stifled the attack entirely, and Redguard, his rotation over, has found himself that impact kill. So now we're looking to Duno and JD, who have lost all that potency, all that aggression that they had at the start of the round, and they don't even have the map control to play with for this time being. 45 seconds for NAVI to figure out the Enigma code that is Mech.
We see the two to force is popped over towards mid as well. If they go for the rotate, they will be walking into a line of sight of absolute domination that Chronicle is waiting to bestow upon them.
30 seconds
I was surprised that he popped it, given the numbers advantage, given the time advantage at the time upon which he had pulled it. But this is the kind of respect that we're seeing Mech give to NAVI here. They don't care about the numbers advantage. They want to play every round like they're going to lose, and that they invest everything that they need to. That's why as the time dwindles, JD wants to hold on. The weapon that he has in his hands, we know that Mech likes to hunt in the the dying seconds of a round, especially Nats. Nats the kind of player that will move up if he gets the opportunity to. He's actually flanking around now. 3 seconds left. He'll be just a little bit too late, but
they sent the toxic screen up in towards A already. Chronicle's playing in front of it, even if it is to be popped. Will start to come up, and now he's going to rendezvous back, and here comes that Hunter's Fury trying to clear him out. They predicted it, they read it, and they've done damage on towards him, but they haven't been able to get the kill. But it doesn't matter, it's given the space, it's forced them back, and now they've taken the site. And that #1 goal of getting the plant, well, it's a realistic possibility. In fact, it's looking confirmed at this point.
Nice little snake bite. They thought that that would deny the plan, but of course it's been shifted ever so slightly. Post plan will be a little difficult if they commit to this sort of post plant from cave.
Yeah.
Especially because they had to replace that plant just ever so slightly. They're going to have to push themselves into awkward positions here. And with the flanker coming, this is going to be such a crucial little area. Chronicle knows he just has to hold on to the fringe of this pit. And I have never seen a sandwich quite as decimating as this one.
Yeah, but look at the wraparound as well here from Cloud. He's gone in towards it. Nats, okay. 2 down, and he goes back. Mech, it's 1 player left up against him. It's Duno that has to do everything. As once again, Mech with a retake. It's close, it's clinical, and Nats with the headshot straight to the defuse. Right call will run, and that is what we talk about when we see the explosive ability. What is that for Mech? They're just so good at these retakes, Jess.
1 enemy remaining.
If I usually criticize teams that are really one-sided on a map. Like, you cannot rely on one side. You cannot rely that you get, you can't help but work out it very, very quickly how a team is so good at that map. That's exactly what we're seeing here. Defo confirmed in that position. We know he loves to play it, but Chronicle, he hasn't moved up that aggressively before, and NAVI, they pay the price as a result of not being quite ready for it, and oh no, they've lost their leading man. They've lost their space maker here, Dinko.
Yeah, and that's a bit of a problem for NAVI because Nats is hunting them down, and like a predator, he will find his prey. Makes quick work of him as well. And that's a follow-up player down for NAVI. what options are left on the table for them. Under a minute left. They've lost their prong towards A. They don't know if Nats has continued to push forward, so they can't go back there. Instead, they have to think about going into mid, but Nats has repositioned towards the double door. So he's in a very good position to find yet another kill and deliver more impact. And if he finds this should be round done. Navi lost another, and now we're looking to Duno and JD in a 2 versus 4 recovery. It's just not happening. Nats is just having a round. He's decided this one's his, and now Duno left in a 1 versus 4. He may try, but winning this round is going to be incredibly difficult. Spike's nowhere near him, time is limited, and Nats finally will be removed from play. But Duno has a lot more work to do and not a lot of time to do it, Jess.
I'm glad that he's giving it a go, because out of any man on the side of Navi that could have achieved that, especially with
London United still there, so for Navi, they've got their easier games out of the way. Now they've just got to play Mech, and then the next game, the last game of play is FPX. So let's see if Navi can stay alive on this one. They charge the double door, they charge into Chronicle. He has been granted anchoring the site, but this time will not stay alive for long. Nat's able to come in with 1, and now has to try and back away. He won't get away with his life, so Navi have the advantage, Jess.
We know how potent the retakes here from Mech have been. Defo even more potent when he's got the operator in his hand. This is match point. The fact that Navi went in with such gusto, that is a damaging prospect for them because they have sight, but Spike is down. It's not planted when I make that statement. And that camera, wow, that was a beautiful one. Gives a lot of intel over towards the attacking side here, but it's not enough. And Shados, he will almost certainly help put the nail on the coffin. That is this map, is this series here, Dinko, unless we could see a beautiful clutch here from SSK.
Yeah, he would need absolute incredible highlight moments, and Defo so quick. 13-9 victory for Mech. They're back. We haven't seen them in a month, but